the Rock and Roll Insurance Guy podcast with your host, Albert Munoz.
What's up, Hollywood?
The show starts now.
Live in front of your naked, steaming eyes, it's the Rock and Roll Insurance Guy with everybody's favorite, Mr. Matt Palmquist of 610 Marketing. How are you, big man? Love you, baby.
What's going on, Hollywood? How you doing? I'm good. It's another Monday. It's a great start to the week. I cannot wait for this episode. The last 3 episodes on the channel have been really great. I'm excited for this week.
Yes, sir. I'm excited as well. I haven't seen you in a while, and there's a lot going on in the rock and roll world. So if for those people that are passionate about rock and roll, and if you're a Van Halen fan, you know that there is a new Van Halen album coming out.
When is that?
Well, the thing is that Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth and Alex had years and years of music that they never put on an album. So when Eddie Van Halen passed away, they're like, we're going to do something eventually. So they're pulling out some records. They got Steve Lukather from Toto to come in and help Alex Van Halen kind of arrange and organize things, separate the ideas. And Mr. Steve Lukather from Toto, the guitarist, said, man, these guys have about 3 to 4 full albums of just instrumental music.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa. So the Van Halen news desk is going crazy. People are excited. And now everybody's asking, who's going to sing? Who's going to sing? And I'm like, who knows? But anyway, there's a lot going on.
Are you excited for the album?
I'm excited for the album. I am. Okay. Yes, sir. And, I have some friends at the Van Halen news desk, Mr. Jeff Hausman. I've known him since 1990-something or other. He came out with the Van Halen documentary in 2003. And, I purchased from the Van Halen store, so that's how I met him. Okay. I like going every once in a while and buying some stuff. I like to build my own guitars. Instead of spending $5,000, $3,000 on a brand new guitar, I could go to a pawn shop, buy a body for about $50, $60. Go to the Van Halen store, buy some components, and completely hot rod that one guitar.
Yeah.
Overhaul it. Completely overhaul it. And I'll spend about $400 or $500. Custom paint job, or just leave it that way. So the thing is that you have all the same components, but a different body color, right? Okay. It's kind of like you having a garage full of Corvettes. Your favorite Corvette, but in a different color, one for each day of the week. As a guitarist, that's what we like. So what I try to do is just build guitars that suit my needs. Because if you look at Van Halen, this guitar that he built, this is the guitar on the first album. It's black and white. And when people started copying him, he painted red over it, and that's why it looks like this. But initially what Eddie Van Halen had done, he had combined a Stratocaster with a Les Paul and built the Frankenstein guitar. So then whenever it was in the 70s and 80s, people started doing what they were doing. Buying your parts, doing this, doing that. Manufacturers started copying them too, and they were building these guitars. So long story short, I learned how to build guitars. I built a couple of them. I built the first one, I think, when I was junior, sophomore in high school. And I built my most recent one maybe a couple of weeks ago. But when I say built, I'm not here sawing everything. What I do, I just get all the parts. And if I need to cut or sand or make something fit, yes, I can do it. But it's mainly just getting the chassis, the body, the neck, et cetera, and measuring, cutting, and soldering, and putting everything together. And it's fun, but it's very time-consuming, and it's a lot. Go ahead.
I have a question. So you mentioned this new album, and I'm kind of in the digital world, right? With 610 Marketing, right? And we do websites, we do content, but we have to know what's cutting edge, just like in your industry. Like, things change all the time, every 6 to 12 months. Like, policies might change, doctors' contracts might change. We kind of
The
talked about that
laws
all.
change.
The laws change, right? So
Yep.
one thing that I've been wanting to ask you all week was um, how I feel it, right? The AI, it's a hot topic now, in all industries, right? How does AI affect the insurance company? Like, have you seen an effect on your clients or the way you do business? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? Like, kind of talk to us a little bit about um, how AI might be kind of shifting the insurance and the financial advisor industry.
Okay. Well, that is a awesome question because it's something I've been dealing with for a while now.
Oh, have you
And
for real?
yes, yes, I have. I love it and I hate it. But you know what? You can't let it kick your rear end. You have to
No,
learn how it works, kind of like building a guitar.
you
Once
got
I
to
built my
adapt.
guitar, I became a better guitarist.
Yeah, because you
So
understood it.
when,
Yeah.
so when you embrace technology, 20, 30 years ago, people were afraid of the internet. Now we love the internet. We can't be without it. And now
Hmm.
AI is here because of the internet. And we have to learn to work with it because it's like anything else. It's like money. People say, oh, money's the root of all evil. No, it's not. It's what you do with it. And the thing
Hmm.
with AI is that you can do a lot. You can help people and you can not help people.
Yeah.
But AI is good, AI is bad. I will tell you how it's bad. AI is working as a robo dialer, as a caller, as somebody that's talking, and you pick up the phone, you're like, hello. Hi, this is so and so from so and so. How are you? And you're like, hey, I'm great. Okay, great. Now you qualify for this, and I know because I get these calls, and
Okay.
so I have to report them when I get them, but I have to do due diligence and find out where it's coming from. And nine
Yeah.
out of 10 times, once I get past the AI voice that puts you in contact with somebody like me, that's going to help you get the insurance that you need, right? So once I
Hmm.
get past the gatekeeper that's an AI voice, I get somebody and I tell them, yes, sir, how can I help you? Oh, I want to help you. I want to talk to you about benefits. Okay, what kind of benefits? And they tell me, oh, health benefits from, oh, what is it? It just left my mind. What they call Obamacare, the Health Sherpa marketplace, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, what's your national producer number? And they hang up on me.
Mm.
So when they hang up on me, that tells you that they are not licensed or they're just calling people to make appointments so the guy up there can make that appointment and they get a commission from that. So what upsets me
Mm.
is that they're poaching my clients. Let's just say I met with one of your relatives, Mr. and Mrs. Palmquist. They just turned 65. Boom. We went to the Social Security Administration, got a Medicare A and B. We got them a Medicare supplement. We got all their medications, created the formulary, got their doctors on the list, and we found out that of the top three carriers, this particular XYZ company was the best one for them. Not their neighbor, not their nephew, not their
But for
cousin, not
them,
nobody,
yeah.
them. Because it was created just for this individual. So before the ink even dries, they're already receiving calls because they're on what is called public records. So you
Hmm.
can Google anybody. You can say, "Hey, give me a list of people turning 65 this month," and boom, it'll pop up because of something called Google or AI. You can find these things. So
And
it's kind of
companies sell the information, by the way. Like
that is
I've dealt with it. They sell information. Companies buy information from other companies or other vendors, and that's why they say sometimes we will not sell to a third party, or we will. Like it'll say in the fine print. So I'm glad you're talking about this. So continue, please. I'm sorry.
yeah. And so let's just say that this individual named Mr. or Mrs. Palmquist, I just did everything, and I tell them, look, here's your explanation of benefits. You're going to get the same thing in the mail. This is the one that I printed out for you. Your formulary is here, your list of doctors, everything is in this folder that I created for you.
Yeah.
Again, you're going to get the same thing in a few weeks, and it's going to look a little bit different because mine's homemade. I'm just printing everything out of my printer. This is coming from the manufacturer, the carrier. Before they even get the one from the carrier that's supposed to be mailed to their house, they've already received 1 or 2 calls, and they say, "Hey, Albert, Cigna's calling me, or HealthSpring, or Humana, or Aetna," and I'm like, "Oh my God, they're not calling you. They're not calling you. They're not calling you." A couple of them will switch because they hear free benefits or more this or more that. When they say free or more, what they're talking about is over-the-counter items. You get an allotment of 50 to 150 bucks to buy bandages, Bengay, Metamucil, whatever it is that they give you in that little thing. You can get readers. They give you a cash allotment, but that's just a bonus. You know, I would rather have somebody be able to go to any doctor, to any hospital, and that they can go to any pharmacy and get their medication because they have the right plan for them, as opposed to somebody that's going to give them whatever so they can get more OTC items. That doesn't make any sense. In addition to, one of the things that I've also encountered with a dentist in McAllen, a doctor in Brownsville, where Mr. and Mrs. Palmquist go see the dentist or that doctor, and somebody on their staff will say, "Oh, so-and-so, Mr. Albert Garcia, we recommend," or "Mr. Palmquist, we recommend that you go with this plan." That's unethical. That's illegal. Because nobody should be recommending any kind of insurance product if you are not licensed to represent a carrier or insurance company.
If you're not like an individual like yourself. Yeah, exactly.
What they're trying to do is put Mr. and Mrs. Palmquist in another policy that'll pay them more money, the doctor more money. And that's what really upsets me. And I'm looking at my clients, I'm like, "So what did you do?" "Well, they're telling me that I should go with them." I said, "Well, then go ahead and go with them." Next thing you know, I'm getting a chargeback. But guess what? I don't need to deal with that kind of foolishness anymore, because these people have been my clients for 3 or 4 years, or they just became my clients. Either way, I've spent a lot of time educating them. We're sitting at the Social Security office for 2, 3 hours. What do you think we're talking about? You know, all the commercials pop up in the Social Security office, and I'm like, "Look, that's not good. That's not good. This is what we need to do. This is real. This is not." And they're like, "Oh, okay, whatever." In one ear, out through the other. You know? So that's the biggest part of what we call, you know, the AI, the spam calls, the robocalls, all of that. It's taken a toll. And honestly, when somebody poaches my clients, I get very angry. Because imagine this, Matt, and you know what it's like to have physical pain. You wake up one day, "Man, my knee hurts. My knee hurts." How stupid am I to tell Matt Palmquist, "Well, hey, go take some Vicodin and half a shot of Jack Daniels and the knee won't hurt anymore"? Yes, that is true. But I'm not helping you.
You're not qualified to give me that advice.
Exactly. So many people will say, "Oh, take Vicodin, take this, take that." And I go, "You don't even know what's causing the pain. Is it injury? Is it fatigue? Is it something that's torn? Is it something that's broken? Is it hyperextended? Is it sprained? Is it
dehydration?
strained?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it bruised? Is it dehydration? What is causing it? We need to find the cause before we put a solution in place. We're not going to put a general BS solution like, "Oh, just take more painkillers or take more this and take more that." That is not a solution.
Yeah.
The solution is finding out what's the cause. What is the cause? And most people say how this and how that. I like to think about why. Why are we doing what we do? Not how do we sell insurance, but why are we selling insurance? Why are we helping people?
I wouldn't even say, and if I can, if I can interject, I wouldn't even say that you're selling anything. I think individuals like you that are very passionate about their industry, which obviously you can tell, you know. And I think that's why you kind of started the Rock and Roll Insurance Guy podcast, to help educate clients and potential clients, right? I think I think it wouldn't I don't look at you, and not because you're my friend or my business associate, but I don't look at you as a salesman. I think it is more of, you are there to provide education and solutions for issues or problems, whatever you want to call it, right? You provide solutions to issues that your your client or your potential client might have, right? If you provide the solution, you're not selling anybody anything. You're there to help them. They have a problem, you have a solution. Let's make it happen. Let's move on, right? And so I think I don't, I kind of pushed back when you said we're selling insurance. I just I don't see that from you. I don't see you as a salesman. I see you as a problem solver. So that's just my two bits.
And you are absolutely correct, because I had that same conversation yesterday, because I walked into a room, mind you, I wasn't feeling well, you know. At this point I can't tell if I'm sick from my stomach or if my sugar's high or low.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm dizzy. I got to go in, do what I got to do, and get back out, you know?
Yeah.
So as soon as I walk in, that's when everybody wants to talk to me. It's like, wow, I haven't had this many people want to talk to me for a while. And everybody, oh, he sells insurance. He sells insurance. I'm like, no, I'm a financial professional. I don't sell insurance. What I do is give people what they need. And I know that sounds corny, because 9 out of 10 times when you're getting a Medicare Advantage plan, you're paying zero monthly. What you're paying is the Part B. You don't pay your Part B, everything gets canceled. That's the government paying, charging you your Part B. So people always say, oh, he sells insurance. I don't sell insurance. 9 out of 10 times, I give people what they need based on what they qualify for, or what they can afford based on what is called a fact
Yeah.
finder. You know,
Yeah.
not everybody has the same thing. Not everybody wants or needs the same thing. Everybody's needs are different. So yes, thank you, Matt, for making that correction, that distinction, because I'm not a salesman. You know, I've always failed at selling, and I've noticed that I've excelled when I'm not trying to sell. But if
Hmm.
you just talk to people about the truth, the fact, how this works and why you like it and how it worked for you, that will sell itself all day. The problem is people aren't listening, because, again, remember our first podcast where I said sound? It's what you
Hmm.
hear. And then from what you hear, it's sometimes you go from hearing to listening. And then there's two types of listening, active and passive. So
Yep.
for those active listeners, which is already 25% of sound, you got another split. 12 point something percent are actually listening to reply. What we need is for people to listen to comprehend. So while I'm
Very
doing
good
all of
point.
this, people should be listening to comprehend, but they're not. They're giving me a rebuttal because they cannot stand to be in a conversation where they don't know what in God's name they're talking about.
Yeah. Where they
Every time
feel
I say, well, the
inferior.
fact
Yeah.
is, the state law is, this is what we have to do, increases here, decreases there, and people say, well, I heard, and they said, and they're telling me. I'm like, oh, my goodness, we just went back 3 years, because you've been my client for the beginning. So yes, I educate these people, and I think because of the fact that, you know what, hey, I'm retired, I don't care, Albert's there, he'll fix it. And I tell people it's a lot less expensive to prevent a problem than to correct or fix a problem. Why are you gonna? And in English, there's a saying, "Hey, the stuff's gonna hit the fan." I think we've said that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So why are you gonna wait to turn off the fan? Why not just avoid the stuff hitting the fan?
Hmm. Yeah.
Just don't let the stuff hit the fan. Some people want to put it on low or put it on high. I just try to avoid it, because now we got to clean the fan, we got to clean the room, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. You're going to spend more time, and that's where people lose money. And eventually you're like, God, we've already done this 4 or 5 times. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Your enthusiasm for fixing people's mistakes that could have been prevented leads to so much more stress. And you're thinking, man, I'm stuck at the bottom. It's kind of like the bottom feeders. You can't get past the bottom of the ocean when you're deep sea
Yeah.
fishing. You
Yeah.
want to cast the net in another area. You want to go deep sea and fish over here. But if you're just dragging along the bottom of the ocean, you're going to keep coming across the same old thing. Couple of
Hmm.
tires, a couple of flounders, some tilapia, cucumber,
Catfish.
coral
Yeah.
reef, because and it's frustrating, it's crazy. So sometimes all we got to do, like the Van Halen song this morning, is just give it all to God, crank up the
Yeah.
rock and roll, and do the best that you can, because we cannot fix everything. We
No.
cannot help everybody. We cannot fix everyone. And nothing is more expensive than regret. That's when people listen to me. When
Yeah.
they're already diagnosed with cancer, when they've already been declined for life insurance, or they're already in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's
When
when
it's
they
already,
take me seriously and they listen to me the first time without rebuttals, without second guessing me, without questioning me or interrupting me with nonsense. That's when they listen, when it's too late.
when it's already hit the fan, pretty
Yep.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. People tell me, hey, let me give you an example. I got a call or a lead, and they said, hey, Albert, we got a hot lead, man, and nobody wants to go to Brownsville. I don't know why. Brownsville's beautiful. So I drive to Brownsville. I finally get there. I find it, and the guy opens the door. I'm like, yes, sir, I'm here to help you. He goes, all right, man, I want insurance. And not to be mean or rude, but he looked like Lieutenant Dan from the Forrest Gump movie. He had no legs.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But on the phone, I asked him, Mr. So-and-so, I have a couple of health questions for you. What is it that you want to look at? Do you want to look at life insurance or health insurance? And the guy says, I already got health insurance. I want some life insurance. I said, okay, sir. Do you have any diagnoses? Are you taking any kind of medication? And he says, hey, I got diabetes. It's controlled. Like, okay, sir. Well, we're going to need, just your basic information. We have something for you. No problem. Because when you have diabetes, it's hard to get insurance. But when you're 50 to 80 years old, you can get guaranteed issue whole life insurance. No medical questions, no medical this, blood, urine, nothing. Just sign on the dotted line and boom,
Pay
you
your
have your
premium and
policy.
you got insurance. Yeah, you got whole life.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if you go with universal and whole life, you got to apply, you got to get blood and urine, get medical records, and it takes 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Okay.
But with guaranteed issue whole life, boom, you get it right then and there. So with this case, we knew he was diabetic. We knew he was over 50, and we're thinking, okay, it's controlled. So I went over there to his house, and he opens the door, he lets me in, and he didn't have any legs from the knees down. And there's nothing wrong with that. I commend him. Beautiful, great man. We had an awesome conversation. But the point that I'm trying to make is that in his mind, he was healthy. In his mind, he qualified for anything that he wanted to.
Yeah.
And I said, sir, we're looking at your medical records, this and that, whatever and whatnot. At this time, this is all you qualify for. He thought because they had amputated his legs that diabetes was controlled and that he's good and healthy and whatever. The myth, the misconception about health is I'm not in the hospital, so I'm healthy. If you're taking medication, you're not as healthy as you could be.
Mm-hmm.
So as an insurance representative or carrier, they want to know that you're healthy enough so they can invest in you. People think, oh, I just got to pay this and I'm good. No, you have to qualify for life insurance. So that's the big misconception. And again, like this morning when I was listening to Van Halen on my drive, and I forget if it was New York or New Jersey, but Van Halen was playing in New York or New Jersey and the song popped up. It was live. And Sammy Hagar said, when the world gets too rough and you just can't help anymore, there's only one thing you can do. Keep on rocking in the free world. So and Eddie Van Halen, they just started playing and the crowd went nuts. So if you have a chance to watch it, go to YouTube and look up Van Halen rocking in the free world. I think it was New York or New Jersey because there's 2 or 3 videos. And when he said that, this one was like, wow, that's such an awesome thing to say because we can't help everybody. And I think that's what breaks our heart, that we have empathy because of our life experience and we want to help everybody, but we can't. So that's
it's so funny that I know we're running short on time, and I think it's so funny that we're talking about this right now because I had a conversation with a good friend of mine yesterday, actually, about the same thing, about feeling a certain way or guilt about not being able to help everybody. Like I have an empathetic nature to want to help people, and when I can't, it tears me up, right? And so I won't go into the details, what we were talking about, but it's along the same lines of I couldn't help these individuals, and it kills me. And this friend I was talking about, who's been in the industry for decades, I sought him out to see, how do you deal with not being able to help everybody? And I'm going to pose that question to you. How do you deal? Because you're very empathetic, you're very passionate, you just ooze out that you want to help people. How do you deal internally and personally with not being able to help everyone?
Well, that's something that I'm still learning on a daily basis, because this has been a very rough week. And I'm not talking about me being sick. I think the fact that I got sick from my stomach is also caused by stress. That's what my
Uh-huh.
doctor hypothesizes. Says, dude, it sounds like you have ulcers. I'm like, oh, okay. So I have
Mm.
ulcers. So they think my endocrinologist says one thing, my other doctor says the other thing. Regardless, it is exacerbated by stress, and my stress comes from the repetition of having to educate people, especially when they've been with me 4 or 5 years from before all these changes with AI and technology came in. And then I have my new clientele. And it takes a toll on me because I want to help everybody. There is a solution for about 95% of my prospects and my
Agreed.
clients. There's a
Agreed.
95% window that I can help. The only ones that I cannot help are the ones that don't have income, because how are you going to
Pay your
acquire
premiums.
something? Right. So the only people that I cannot help are the people that don't have income. Everybody else that has some sort of income, I can help them get Obamacare. I can get them this. So when they don't fully understand what's going on, or they don't qualify, or they took something for granted, they didn't seize the opportunity, it hurts me, because that's going to be a generational effect.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me and my situation. My father passed when I was 10 years old. 40 years later, I'm still mourning him. And I have a certain kind of guilt that comes with inheriting his estate. It's like, wow, you weren't a good son. Not that I wasn't, but that's how you feel. That's how you think. And so you see people in my situation and you're like, I want to help those so they don't have to go through the crap that I do or I did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's heartbreaking. I think I hold a lot of it here in my stomach. And I can honestly tell you, even today, I've cried at least once, twice a day for the past 4 or 5 days, out of frustration and sorrow for the people that I could not help because
Mm-hmm.
they waited too long.
Mm.
Somebody calls me from ICU and goes, hey, we're ready for the insurance now. And I go, okay, when can I go to your, oh, we're already in the hospital. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Yeah, my mom's in ICU. I'm like, I can't help you.
Yeah.
Somebody else came to my house. My second client that I got 15 years ago came to me, goes, hey, dude, my neighbor needs life insurance. I'm even willing to help pay for his life insurance policy. He's already in hospice. How can I help you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy how people just wait
Uh,
too long. Yeah, but
well, speaking of can't wait, we're pretty much out of time on this episode, and I can't wait for next week's episode. But
thank you, brother.
like, I commend you, and I wish you all the best. I think that what you do is a blessing. You're a godsend, and if anybody that meets you can't tell that you're only there to help people, then I don't know what they're seeing. Because when I see you, and I've known you for over 30 years now, all I see is you just being a genuine human being that wants to help people and help his clients and deliver just great customer service. So I'm really glad that you started this podcast. I know it's kind of unconventional. We're trying to figure out the rhythm and the look and everything. But I think what you're starting is really cool, and you don't see anything like the Rock and Roll Insurance Guy podcast anywhere. So I commend you on that.
And I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you, because you're just much a part of this than I am. So I could not do it without you. I've been trying to do this for a while, and I cannot do it by myself.
Yeah.
You met Mr. Fargnoli. He's the one that says we should just call you the rock and roll insurance guy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And
Let's
that
do
was
it.
a joke for a while. And now when I came across you and you were doing your podcast, I'm like, wow, what if we put everybody together and let's see what happens? So when people tell me, oh, Albert, we're going to do this and whatever you want, I'm like, it's not what I want. It's what we agree on as a group.
Yep.
That's what makes a rock band successful. It's not one guy. It's four guys working together.
Yep. It's a team.
That's the best part about being on a team. I would rather be on a team than solo, because when you're solo, you need something to bounce off of.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot, how can I say it? I cannot pass the ball to myself. I can't.
No, I'm here to help, and I'm excited for this journey that we're on. This is actually our 4th episode, and we've got many more to come. And I think what to expect from the podcast. We'll have obviously guests on here. We'll have clients of yours that can attest to your customer service and your attention to detail. We'll talk a little sports. We'll talk obviously insurance. We'll definitely talk in rock and roll. And I'm excited for the journey. So till next week, guys. Matt signing off. Albert, take it away, my man.
Yes, sir. Don't ask why. Call the rock and roll insurance guy, 956-460-5431.